Welcome students. Wish you all a very good morning. In today's class, we are going to continue our discussion associated with the kinds of responsibilities, the kinds of social responsibilities we have to be abided with in a concern. In the previous and prior class, we discussed the reality of social responsibility, how the different factors, the reasons are responsible for forcing, enabling or entacting the businessmen to follow the social responsibilities, to fulfill the social responsibilities, to build up the social ethics and keep its value, keep its honor. Here, when we talk about the different type of responsibilities, it has been broadly classified in four major categories. So what are these four major categories on the basis of which the responsibilities are segregated, separated? The first is your economic responsibility. Second is your legal responsibility. Third is your ethical responsibility. And fourth is your discretionary responsibilities. Although these are Viva-based questions, so you note it down, it might be asked to you in Viva or your practical examinations. When we talk the very first about the first element, that is or type category, that is economic responsibility, the business or the businessman is expected to produce the goods. You can say every business has come into existence, has come into establishment with a prospect, with an objective, with an ambition or aim to manufacture goods or to manufacture the services. So the goods or the services which are processed, which are manufactured, which are produced by these business concerns must be beneficial for the society, must be fruitful for the society. It should be according to the taste, according to the preferences, according to the choices, demands of the society. This is the societal ethics that need to be followed, because ultimately the goods will be only meaningful, purposeful if it has an end user. Ultimately, if it will be consumed by the consumer, then only such products will be fruitful, effective, and the business will sustain and survive in a smooth manner. As the customers will keep on demanding for the products, and the producer or the manufacturer will keep on a roll on, which providing them with required goods and services in time of that particular quality which is expected by the customers. So why this concept is considered to be economic? By selling, promoting these goods and services among the ultimate consumers or the end users. In return, income is generated, profit is created by selling these products, by promoting these products in the society. So as it is profit oriented, as it is profit intentional, so it is considered to be economic, because this profit is an indispensable part of the business concern, which supports them, assists them to sustain and survive in the business environment. So businessmen are responsible for social responsibilities. In the social responsibility, they have to fulfill the economic responsibility. That is, they have to generate income, they have to create profit, but keeping in mind the requirements and needs of the society. They have to manufacture the goods, services, provide them, or avail the customers for their ultimate consumption. But the orientation should be profit, because in the absence of profit, no organization can sustain, no organization can survive. And you or the concern being an integral element of the society, because it is due to the active participation of the society, it is for the society, and it will survive in the society. So you are an eminent and integral element of the society that cannot be denied. So here the economic prospect, profit-oriented prospect cannot be neglected. As the society has its own importance, you also have your own existence, importance, and role in facilitating the society. So it is considered to be economic responsibility, which is the first and the prominent responsibility that is to be fulfilled, that is to be attained by the businessman. Is that clear? Second comes the legal responsibility. What is this legal responsibility? Basically, every business enterprise is an expert. In expert what? It is expert to operate within the legal boundaries, legal framework of our society. We know what is good, what is bad, what should be done, what should not be done, what is ethical, what is not ethical, what is the purpose, and what is compulsion from the society. Keeping in mind the do's and do nots, keeping in mind the merits and demerits, keeping in mind the influences and impacts, the law which has been framed by the government of the country, central and the state government, by the constitution of the country, we have to be abided. It is our responsibility. Because in the absence of being abided by the rules and regulations of the government, the interference of the government might curtail the consistency of the company, consistency of the business concern. This concern will cease, concern will come to an end. So we cannot neglect, we cannot skip, we cannot avoid the legal framework, legal structure developed by the country and its government. So here, the economic perception is the second most criteria, is the second category of responsibility that is to be followed, to be executed by the business person, which will make us socially responsible. And the enterprise will run smoothly without any hindrance. Other than this, you will avail, by fulfilling this legal responsibility, you will become capable of availing the support of the society, the support of the government at central and the state level, along with the law, order of the administration of the country will also enhance you, support you, encourage you, endeavor you to boost your mechanism, boost your concerns business in the society, which will support in your upliftment, development, growth, and prosperity with the passage of time. So this is the second category of responsibility, which is highly significant. In the sequence of discussion, if we move to the third type of responsibility, there is ethical. You much better know than me that what do you understand by the term ethics or ethical. Here, ethics are much more than the law. It is more concrete, more strong, more prominent in comparison to the laws framed by the Constitution. This undergoes changes time to time, but ethics do not change with time. While behaving ethically, the businessman should not be involved in adulteration. There should not be a part of any malpractice, any black marketing. They should not be indulged in undue increasing or hiking the prices of the commodities. So while making advertisement, publicity of the product, of the goods, of the services, they should not be indulged in any practice which will hurt the sentiments or is anyhow going to deliver a negative message, sentimental message to any community, any caste, any religion, or any particular group of the society. So when we follow these criteria, obviously we are considered to be responsible. We are considered to be responsible ethically. That is what is called ethical responsibility. Is that clear?
No, sir.
No or yes? Yes or no?
एक बार और बता दीजिए.
Okay. एथिकल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी हमारे समाज का वो पहलू है जिसे हम नकार नहीं सकते. वी आर एक्सपेक्टिंग हिंदी, आई अंडरस्टूड. नाउ इसे नकारा नहीं जा सकता, इसे नेग्लेक्ट नहीं किया जा सकता. अगर हम 50 स्टूडेंट और एक टीचर एक क्लास में हैं तो ऐसा नहीं है. ये एक कम्युनिटी है, एजुकेशनल कम्युनिटी, जिसमें एक टीचर है, एक प्रिंसिपल है, वाइस प्रिंसिपल है, आपके इंचार्जेस हैं और तमाम स्टूडेंट्स. इसको हम फॉलो करते हैं जब तक हम स्कूल के प्रेमाइसेस में रहते हैं. यहाँ हम फॉलो करते हैं डिसिप्लिन, यहाँ हम फॉलो करते हैं यूनिफॉर्मिटी. कैसे? अपने ड्रेस कोड्स, अपने एक्टिविटीज, एक सिस्टम को फॉलो करते हैं. सुपीरियरिटी को हम रेस्पेक्ट करते हैं. अपने सुपीरियर्स या तो टीचर्स या तो सीनियर स्टूडेंट्स, ब्रदर्स हो, सिस्टर्स हो, जो भी हो, उनको हम रेस्पेक्ट के भाव से देखते हैं. इट इज आवर ड्यूटी. तो ये हमारे प्रीमाइसेस की एथिक्स और सिस्टमेटिकली अपने एक्सप्रेशंस को कन्वे करते हैं इन ए डिसिप्लिन. ये कल्चर जनरेट किया गया स्कूल, कॉलेजेस में, इंस्टीट्यूशंस. तो ये एजुकेशनल कम्युनिटी की एथिक्स है. आपके चाहने, हमारे ना चाहने से कुछ भी नहीं होना है. जो सिस्टम है उस सिस्टम को हमें फॉलो करना है. बिकॉज वंस द सिस्टम इज अफेक्टेड, द एंटायर मैकेनिज्म विल बी अफेक्टेड. ठीक है. यहाँ संवेदनाओं की जरूरत नहीं है, यहाँ सिस्टम की जरूरत है, डिसिप्लिनरी कंडक्ट की जरूरत है. Rules are same for everyone, and all are strictly commanded to follow the restrictions, follow the guidelines. When these same students move to different localities, the ethics changes, undergoes change. Same चीज नहीं है. जब आप बाहर जाते वहां पे आपके कल्चर अलग है. आप जिस रिलीजन से, आप जिस कास्ट से, आप जिस कम्युनिटी में रहते हो, वहां के कल्चर को अडॉप्ट करते हो, उसके मुताबिक बिहेव करते हो. लेकिन कहीं भी आप जब जाते हो, इन केस ऑफ स्कूल, इन केस ऑफ योर होम, you do not forget that what is your ethics. Why? Because you are abided with. तो ये आपको क्या देता है? संतुलन.
Your voice is not clear.
ये आपको संतुलन देता है. मेरे तरफ से दिक्कत नहीं है बेटा, नेटवर्क आपकी ठीक है, मेरे यहाँ ठीक चल रहा है. एवरीथिंग इज ऑल गुड. गेटिंग मी? आवाज जा रही है?
सर.
ओके. तो जब हम बिजनेस की बात करते हैं तो यहाँ एथिक्स आता है, क्योंकि हम समाज का हिस्सा है. जब इस समाज में स्कूल है, जब इस समाज में आपका घर है, तो दोनों जगह जब एथिक्स हैं, आपकी फैमिली है, वहां भी एथिक्स हैं. तो बिजनेस भी तो इसी सोसाइटी में है. तो क्या बिजनेसमैन को नहीं ध्यान देना चाहिए कि हमारे सोसाइटी की एथिक्स क्या है, वैल्यूज क्या है, मोरल क्या है, क्या गुड है, क्या बैड है, क्या हमारे प्रैक्टिसेस होने चाहिए, क्या हमारे किसी प्रैक्टिसेस से किसी को ठेस पहुंचना चाहिए, किसी को नुकसान होना चाहिए, आर्थिक हो या मानसिक हो या शारीरिक हो, नहीं होना चाहिए. आपको क्या लगता है, होना चाहिए? बोलोगे नहीं तो कैसे पता चलेगा यू आर लिसनिंग मी और नॉट? यस, वेल माय वॉइस इज ऑडिबल? बेटा आवाज आ रही है मेरी?
यस सर।
कौन पूछा था क्वेश्चन? हु हैड आस्क्ड मी? हमसे सवाल किसने पूछा था? टू रिपीट एथिकल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी। आशल?
नो सर, रीतु श्रीवास्तव पूछी थी सर।
वेयर इज सी? कहाँ गई हो? आई थिंक नेटवर्क प्रॉब्लम। एनीहाउ,
यस सर।
now this ethics is important element. तो जब कोई बिजनेसमैन बिजनेस एक्टिविटीज कंडक्ट करता है प्रॉफिट कमाने के लिए, फायदा कमाने के लिए, फायदा कमाने के उद्देश्य से, सो इस पर्टिकुलर कंडीशन में हमें ये कभी नहीं भूलना है कि हमारा जो प्रोडक्शन है, हमारा जो गुड्स है, हमारे जो सर्विसेज हैं, वो हमारे लिए नहीं है। प्रोड्यूस करके रख के क्या कर लेंगे? अगर वो मनी में कन्वर्ट नहीं होगा तो सब कुछ वेस्ट है। तो अल्टीमेटली उसे कंज्यूम कौन करेगा? कंज्यूमर्स। कौन करेगा? ये सोसाइटी। तो सोसाइटी में जब हम अपने गुड्स को प्रमोट कर रहे हैं या कोई भी ऐसी प्रैक्टिसेस कर रहे हैं, प्रोडक्शन का, प्रोसेसिंग का, सप्लाई का, डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन का, एक्सचेंज का, एक्सचेंज मतलब सेल एंड परचेज, अपने ओरिएंटेशंस को पूरा करने के लिए, अपने इंटरेस्ट को पूरा करने के लिए, फायदा कमाने के उद्देश्य से, तो हमें ये जरूर ध्यान रखना है। ऑब्वियसली आपको फायदे की जरूरत है। हम बिना फायदे के, बिना प्रॉफिट के आपका सस्टेन नहीं कर पाएगा बिजनेस। लेकिन हमें सामाजिक पहलुओं को नजरअंदाज नहीं करना है। हमें एथिकल कंडक्ट को निभाना है। हमें कोई भी अडल्टरेशन या मिलावट करके गुड्स को नहीं बेचना है। 1 नंबर का पैसा लेंगे, 2 नंबर का गुड्स बेचेंगे, ऐसा नहीं करना है। ठीक है? हमें एडवर्टीजमेंट के दौरान, पब्लिसिटी के दौरान कोई भी ऐसी मैसेजेस या कोई भी ऐसा पर्टिकुलर ग्रुप या सेक्शन या रिलीजन या कास्ट या कम्युनिटी को टारगेट करके एडवर्टीजमेंट नहीं करना है, जिससे उसको ठेस पहुंचेगी, जिससे उससे मानसिक उत्पीड़न होगा। साथ साथ हमें कोई भी ऐसी मिलावट या माल प्रैक्टिस, एडल्टरेशन का हिस्सा नहीं बनना है। हमें बेमतलब प्राइसेस का तो ओवरचार्ज नहीं करना, ज्यादा हाई प्राइस नहीं चार्ज करना है किसी पर्टिकुलर बेनिफिट को पूरा करने के लिए, फायदा कमाने के लिए, किसी को एक्सप्लॉइट नहीं करना। जेन्युइन गुड्स, रीजनेबल गुड्स एट रीजनेबल प्राइस, ध्यान में रखना है इन सब चीजों को। जब हम इन चीजों को, इन पहलुओं को ध्यान में रखते हैं तो इसे ही समाज का दायरा माना जाता है। यही समाज की एथिक्स मानी जाती है कि हम सामाजिकता को निभा रहे हैं, हम समाज के में शोषण नहीं कर रहे हैं किसी का, हम नैतिक रूप से लॉयल्टी के साथ, ट्रूथफुलनेस के साथ, ऑनेस्टी के साथ अपने बिजनेस को प्रमोट कर रहे हैं। लोगों को अल्टीमेटली गुड्स पहुंचा रहे हैं, सर्विसेज पहुंचा रहे हैं, फैसिलिटेशन दे रहे हैं ताकि वो संतुष्ट रहें। जब पैसे दिए तो उन्हें भरपूर ये एहसास हो कि मैंने जो भी पे किया है वो पे ना मैंने ओवर किया है ना अंडर किया है, वो जेन्युइन प्राइस, उसे सेटिस्फैक्शन होनी चाहिए। आई बात समझ में? ओके, तो ये हमारे एथिक्स। तो इस एथिक्स का निर्वहन करना ये हमारी नैतिकता है, ये हमारा रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है। ये तीसरी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी। हमारी आखिरी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है डिस्क्रिशनरी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी। ये क्या समझो? In this category, the fourth type of responsibility comes the discretionary responsibility. This responsibility is purely voluntary. This includes the contribution in charity, in social projects, in social services, setting up of educational institutions and training institutions, which can help the people in uplifting their lifestyle, skill, knowledge, talent. You can say at the time of natural calamities, flood, drought, the help, support, assistance is to be given to the people who are the worst sufferer, who are the victim of these natural calamities. So these are considered to be the voluntary participation, which are given by the business concerns, which is discretionary in nature. And this type of responsibility is also a part of the social responsibility, because such sufferers, such victims are a part of the society. And if you are benefiting from the active participation of the society, it is your responsibility to come ahead, come forward, and make contributions of charity, donation, support, relief, assistance to these conditions which exist for a short period of time due to natural or any artificial factors. Is that clear? Okay. Now, in the sequence of discussion, let us move to a very important topic. That is 6-mark question. We are going to start. Social responsibility towards different interest groups. अब हम ग्रुप्स की जब बात बोले और एथिक्स की बात हमने की, तो हमने देखा अलग अलग तरीके के ग्रुप्स हमारे सोसाइटी के का हिस्सा है। ये ऐसा कहें कि इन्हीं ग्रुप्स को लेके सोसाइटी बनती है जिस सोसाइटी में हम बिजनेस करते हैं। तो इन अलग अलग ग्रुप्स या इंटरेस्ट ग्रुप्स, अलग अलग इंटरेस्ट रखने वाले ग्रुप्स को हम कैसे सोशली रिलेट करेंगे, कैसे अपने बिजनेस में क्या सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज हम फुलफिल करेंगे, क्या क्राइटेरिया होगा, क्या फीचर होगा, तो हम मानेंगे कि हमारा पूरा ये सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी कंप्लीट, हमने सचमुच बड़े नैतिकता के साथ ये पूरे रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज को निभाया है। तो इसके लिए हमें अलग अलग ग्रुप्स के इंटरेस्ट का पता होना चाहिए। कौन से वो ग्रुप्स हैं पहले ये जान लें, फिर हम एक एक करके जाने कि क्या उनके कैरेक्टर्स हैं, क्या फीचर्स हैं, या क्या रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज होती हैं इन ग्रुप्स के प्रति। तो पहला है कस्टमर, सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी टुवर्ड्स कस्टमर। सेकंड, सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी टुवर्ड्स एम्प्लॉयज। तीसरा, सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी टुवर्ड्स ओनर, या हम शेयर होल्डर कह सकते हैं, या हम इन्वेस्टर्स कह सकते हैं। Fourth is social responsibility towards the government. Fifth, social responsibility towards the community. Sixth, the social responsibility towards the supplier. These are the 6 type of communities or interest groups who are separate from each other. एक दूसरे से बिल्कुल भिन्न है और अलग अलग उनके स्वार्थ हैं, अलग अलग उद्देश्य हैं, लेकिन सब मिलके ही सोसाइटी को बिल्डअप करते हैं, फ्रेम करते हैं, स्ट्रक्चर करते हैं। और इन सबका ध्यान हमें रखना है और सबको लेके ही कोई एक्टिविटीज को परफॉर्म करना है। तो पहला ग्रुप कौन हुआ? कस्टमर। दूसरा एम्प्लॉय। तीसरा शेयर होल्डर या ओनर। फोर्थ इज योर गवर्नमेंट। फिफ्थ इज योर community, a particular section of society. Lastly, your supplier. In the sequence of these communities, in the sequence of these interest groups, first comes the customer. So particularly, there are certain responsibility which need to be fulfilled, which need to be attained towards the customer or consumer. What responsibilities? First responsibility towards this interest group, customer or consumer interest group, is production of safe goods, safe services, of a suitable quality. This means the customers should be provided with good quality material, good quality product, which must be safe for use, safe for consumption. Second is regular supply, smooth supply of goods and services. It should not be like this, that once a goods have been supplied to the customer, next time when the demand for the goods are out of stock. No, if you are a businessman, then you need to ensure, need to be confirmed that there should be regular supply, smooth supply of the goods and services to the ultimate end users or consumers. The third important responsibility that comes towards the consumers is to educate the customer regarding the use and content of the product. This means the customer should be made aware. Efforts should be made by the businessmen, business concerns, business units, business entities to make them understand, make them aware, make them cautious that what is this product, how this product is used, and what are the contents and material in this particular product. This will develop generosity, attachment of the customer, trust towards the company, towards the product, which will be beneficial for the company also. Fourth important element is being truthful in advertising. If you take an example of Fair and Lovely, it shows that if you will apply this, whatever Fair and Lovely or Fair Glow, whatever it is, then within 7 days, from black you will become white. But absolutely, when the customers use this particular product, even after using 7 years or more, they have never undergone through change in color. They are same black as they were. So this type of false commitment, untruthful informations hurts the customers. You should have to keep in mind. Only provide those relevant informations in advertisement which are true, correct to the knowledge and belief of the company. For your personal benefits, you cannot misguide or misinterpret the innocent consumers. This is the fourth criteria or fourth responsibility towards the customer. Fifth is, the business concerns need to follow a fair trade practice. Fair trade practice means once an exchange undergoes, if a customer is purchasing good, you are receiving money, you need to give a receipt. You need to give him a guarantee paper or warranty paper. You need to give him the brochure of that particular product, how to use, how to handle this product, what to do, what not to do. So this is a fair trade. Means customer and the buyer need to communicate properly. The seller need to make the customer informed about every information associated with that particular product. And after understanding the entire feature of the product, the customer should also give a clear consent if he agrees to purchase that particular product. That is a fair trade. Next, the responsibility towards the customer is providing the customers with quick services if any complaints are there, if any grievances are there. Help, assistance, or support services should be provided. If any problem, if any issue, if any complaint gets generated after the sales in May. So this is also an important responsibility towards the customer, towards the consumers. Last but not the least responsibility towards the customer is to design and to develop the products keeping in mind the needs and requirements of the customer. Whatever goods, whatever services are manufactured, produced, processed for ultimate consumption of the consumers, it should not be haphazard. It should not be anyhow, as per the wish and desire of the manufacturer. Rather, it is a customer-oriented market. We need to understand what do the consumers need, what should be produced, in what manner should be produced, what should be the texture, composition, content, exposure, and character that is needed, that is required by the end users, by the customers. So keeping in mind all these factors, the goods need to be produced or the services need to be developed. So when all these criteria are followed sincerely, then we can say that yes, we are absolutely taking the due care of the consumers and we are socially responsible concern or company or business concern entity towards the consumers. This is the first group which cannot be neglected, because if dissatisfaction gets generated among the consumers, ultimately no one will be there to consume your product. Entire mechanism of establishing company, producing goods, storing the goods will be waste if the goods will not be purchased by the consumers. So we need to be socially responsible as a business entity, as a business concern towards the consumers. This was all about the very first group, very first interest group of the society. The remaining discussions will be carried on in the next class. Go through your textbook, read it multiple times, understand.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir,
What about
grievances
FL
क्या होता है?
examination?
SLA examination,
FL examination, sir.
half yearly examination. Okay.
Yes, sir.
We don't have any information now. There's no concrete information right now. What the things will be, how the things will be. Let me tell you, on 19th the school is going to be open, and there is a lot of rules and-
Confirm है.
Yes, that is confirmed. So 17th the school is going to be open, but there are certain restrictions, rules, guidelines, regulations which has been framed by CBSE, and we too don't know that to what extent the strength will respond. How many of you will come? How many of you will not come? Although provisions are process, we are going to arrange the offline classes along with online classes. But let us watch how the things are going to be managed. I don't have any information regarding the half-yearly examination. When the things will be, information will be conveyed through WhatsApp, through your means, whatever are there from the school committee. Okay? Till then,
Sir, grievances क्या होता है?
grievances means dukh, तकलीफें, complaints, असुविधाएं, उलझने. That is what.
सर यहाँ तो कंप्लेन और ग्रीवेंसेस दोनों है. सर 6.
कंप्लेन मतलब मैंने ये माउस खरीदा और ये खरीद के लेके गया, इसका ऑप्टिकल काम नहीं कर रहा है, दैट इज कंप्लेन. ठीक है. और मैं इसको ले गया, मुझे यूज ही करना नहीं आता है, तो व्हाट इज दिस? दिस इज नॉट कंप्लेन, दिस इज ग्रीवेंस. तो इसीलिए आफ्टर सेल सर्विस होता है. वॉशिंग मशीन आप खरीद के लाए घर में, हाँ, आप गए मार्केट में, 15,000 रुपए, 1 मिनट है मेरे पास, फटाफट बोल रहा हूँ, सुनो. 15,000 लेके गए, आपने वॉशिंग मशीन खरीदा, आपने पूछा दुकानदार को, भैया वॉशिंग मशीन दिखाओ. उसने सबसे अच्छा वॉशिंग मशीन दिखाया जिसमें सबसे ज्यादा स्विच था. संयोग से आप कम पढ़े लिखे हैं, स्विच तो देख रहे हैं, अच्छा है, काम भी कर रहा है दुकान में, घर लेके आए, यूज करना नहीं आता. अब क्या करेंगे? ये ग्रीवेंस है, ये दुख है, ये तकलीफ है, मुझे यूज करना नहीं आता है, मुझे ट्रेनिंग चाहिए, मुझे सपोर्ट चाहिए. तो कंपनी में आप क्या करेंगे? अपनी ग्रीवेंसेस को लॉन्च करेंगे, कंप्लेंट्स को लॉन्च करेंगे. तो वहां से फिर सर्विसमैन आएगा, आपको सर्विस देगा, उसके लिए चार्जेस लेगा या फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट होगा, वो अलग की बात है, लेकिन आपको असिस्टेंस मिलेगा. तो ये सपोर्ट मिलना चाहिए कंपनी की तरफ से, तभी हम मानेंगे कि हम सोशली रिस्पॉन्सिबल हैं अपने कस्टमर को. ठीक है.
सर
आया समझ में?